Ah,
No, fashionable.
whatever.
I mean, that shirt is fashionable. That's so cool with the four-wheeler and the
Oh
action.
yeah, no. Yeah, the image. I was like, yeah, he didn't make that.
Oh, no, I was talking about your shirt
Oh
with the
yeah,
four-wheeler. Yeah,
yeah.
no, I totally AI'd that image. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
I'm
I'm
I'm still
well,
waiting for you to
you
get.
know how busy my week is? I showed you because we're gonna go magnet fishing.
Yeah, Magnum fishing at bright and early tomorrow.
Too early because that's the only time I have available, but it's warm out and we want to go. So it's literally the only window I had. And so like today I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta run and do this meeting. I need a graphic. Hey, Chat GPT. Harley designed me one of these, and it did. You have to say that Harley designed me one, and it does it. So, all right, tonight we're gonna be talking about the Great Lakes Gauntlet. It is next weekend in Saranac, Michigan.
Walter
If you
RC
don't have
Park.
plans, if you don't have plans next weekend, you want to be at Walter RC Park for it. So we have Jeff Brown here, who's helping run the event, and he's going to help give us a little bit of a rundown on scheduling, all that kind of stuff. We'll go through. The rules are now posted for the minis.
Yep.
I was a little late to the game with that. Pretty much the same rules as last time, except we did increase tire size for 18 scale now that that's more popular. And
Yeah. 100 millimeter on the 18 scales.
I didn't go that high. Did you?
No.
I think we did like 76 or something. A lot of people run 72, 74. We're not going to be sitting there with tape measures, guys. Like we're basically trying to say don't show up with like ginormous like
Monster truck.
1.9s on there to just try and like roll over the obstacles. So it's basic. I mean, the 1.2, like we're not going to be stringent on it. It's really, there's not that big of an advantage in it anyway, but they're there to give people guidelines more than anything. We're not going to super take your trucks. We're going to look at them and be like brushless, 18 scale, 24 scale, kind of put you in the right direction. Right. That's kind of all we're there for. Like,
keep it simple.
Keeping it simple. We're not going to go crazy because honestly, bigger at some point is not an advantage. So, but they're posted so that you'll have them. And again, it is very basic. There's not a lot of rules, so you should fit into a class. We should just say that.
Yeah,
for the most part. But it's not about the minis. It's only a small portion of it. There's a lot going on at the Gauntlet. So why don't you give us a quick rundown as we're getting into the final approach? I see Eminem's kid is in here. He's been working his tail off. I've been seeing that on
Jeff Walter. Oh yeah.
Ooh, Jeff's been going crazy, redoing trails.
I drove out there.
Yes,
I drove out there yesterday afternoon. And,
oh yeah.
Talked with Dave and Jeff a bit, and just the last couple details, as far as setup and whatnot. But yeah, next Friday, the gates open 10 a.m. And the big thing this year is that the trails will be opening Friday afternoon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
With the growth that we've seen and the and such, that it's it was time to make adjustments. So when you get there, you pull in, you park, whatever, you set up, and then head to registration. Because in order to do anything, you must
can't drive unless you got it. Yeah,
the wristband. Yep. So that's like we said before, that's the insurance reasons and stuff for Walter RC Park. So and they are nice enough to allow us to use their facility.
Yep.
So and then Friday afternoon, the trails open up now. One change is King of the Rocks was moved to Friday.
Okay.
It was on Saturday. I felt because like the comp was on Saturday, like there's too many other things going on.
Yeah.
So now with just open trails, Purgatory and King of the Rocks, get those two events out of the way, so to speak, and hopefully guys can run a couple trucks if they want in the comp, or try to make other stuff and such. I think it'll just make for a smoother Saturday. And then Friday night I was talking with Dave, I believe, because I mean, there'll be some night crawling in the woods Friday night, but the primary will be up front, late.
Yep.
And so that's when we're going to fire up the Ring of Fire.
Oh,
Friday,
really? Ring of Fire's going on Friday night.
Friday night.
Ooh, baby.
I mean, we haven't ruled out Saturday,
Hey,
but
that's good because it's after King of Rock, so people,
right, exactly. I mean, because
and it's after Purgatory. Technically, if Purgatory is ending at 10, so if your
right,
truck is still living and you want to put it through the ring,
yeah. I mean, it'll be going dark, 8,
yeah.
8:30, so Purgatory, but
Oh, we're not gonna
you know,
wait till the night crawl to do the Ring of Fire. It'll be earlier
I think
ish.
we'll play it by ear.
Okay.
Maybe wait till 9 o'clock.
Yep.
I mean, some things kind of have to overlap, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I don't know how long the propane tanks last and stuff, but you know, if we need an extra one, I'm sure we can find one.
Very cool. So we've got the schedule up there so people can see. And one of the things to note too is that the trails are open again on Sunday.
Yes. Yep. There's, in the past, you had kind of sign in again and whatnot. But we were able, nice enough to have us just roll it in, so people know that they can stick around Saturday, and just get up Sunday morning. I mean, you could do that anyways in the past. There was no
Right.
charge, but I mean, if you want to go back out and hit the trails and all that, I mean, it's a tear down / fun day,
Yeah.
Depending on how many people stay, that might change in the future. But for now, there's no official events. Just hit the trails again and do it up. So,
Yep. We got a bunch of people checking in here. Got Mitch Andrews who's planning on being there. Jem's Hobbies. SCX6 going. I'm gonna bring mine.
I'm bringing mine.
Yeah, I want to run it on the Purgatory course after all is done. Is that actually a class though for Purgatory? Is the SCX6?
No, there's
No. No
it's all
bigger.
10 scale. No,
Okay.
no monsters, no X Max, no fifth scales, as far as the event itself, because
Okay.
it's total Ultra 4 rock bounce style.
Okay. Got
So,
it.
I
So you can
mean,
do like riffs and stuff.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, once that's done, I mean, we don't care.
Right.
uh,
Yeah, well, next day I would crawl on it is what I do. Like, because it's just
sure.
such gnarly terrain usually that it
Well,
makes for awesomeness.
I don't know when the last time you were out there, but it's 100% different from last year.
Yeah, I heard that.
So,
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm still gonna bring my SCX6.
oh yeah, me too. I'm bringing my 4-wheeler. I mean,
oh yeah, get around. Purgatory any at 10 with a question mark and a smiley face or LOL. Where is the Ring of Fire going to be? I'm guessing it's over by the building behind where the airfield is.
no, it was moved over by Monster Jam.
Oh, okay, in the Bash area.
Yeah, nobody camps there, nobody
Yep.
parks there, so um, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm bringing my my Unimog this year. I'm bringing what else? I'm probably going to bring I'm not going to bring my Vanquish VRD. It just seems not the type of course I would run it on.
You talk like you're going to leave the comp area.
And we'll see. Hopefully, I'm planning to.
Well, I was going to say, just remember, there's that window of comp, and then it's okay.
Yeah. We want to, and we will want to see. We would like to, and we're going to be requesting people that want to help and do judging that are big into it. So, like Mitch, if you'd be down for it, and I know Jim's Hobby said they'd be down for it, even like for a little shift, even an
Right.
hour or something of it, to give some of the other guys a little bit of a break, would be awesome.
And maybe run their own vehicles.
And run their own vehicles, yeah. And so if we could do little shifts. So if you're down, reach out to me. I'm so far behind on so much of it. Like I told you, like the trophies are looking sick though.
I got all the trophies, the laser cut from local fab shop. I think I showed you the black and white drawing. I don't know if you saw the cutouts, but
I did
okay.
see the cutout picture. It was sick. So going through things, let me pull that back up. I lost it. Because I cut you off. So Saturday we've got 9 a.m.
Registration opens at 7.
Okay.
Trails in the Woods open, and then Gauntlet comp area, which is separate
At
area
9
this year.
starts. Okay.
Yep.
And that's just
Then
going to be hammering through. People are going to be
yeah,
just going after it.
and the other thing is that now, like Saturday, it's just the 124th comp going on. So maybe people can check out the show and shines more and vote on,
Yep.
because like the one we put on, you vote for by the people that are there.
Right.
And then Dan Davidson, Beef Tubes, he's got his bootlegger one going on. Yeah, so hopefully it'll just kind of open up Saturday to just free for all more.
Yeah.
Instead of being locked down so much.
That's good. That's cool. And there's an hour of the King of the Rocks. I might be able to get one of my trucks in before we get kicking off. So there's a little overlap, but also an opening where it's not with a 24 scale at the same time.
Just make sure you're there at like 2:45.
Yeah, right. Get in early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, it's 100 feet from where you need to go. So
yeah. The thing is, got to be ready, get it done, and get out because we got so much prep stuff. All right. So Saturday really is the gauntlet and just running the trails.
Yep.
Then you got show and shine, like when you're taking breaks and stuff. Check it out. The judging ends, but you've got all day, like from registration on, right? You get your tickets and you can go and
and I'm assuming
whenever you want, get to it, right? Hopefully most
I'm
of the trucks will be
assuming
set out.
there's going to be people setting up show and shine. Jason Reckner's buddy Sean Thomas will be kind of heading up the Gauntlet show and shine and hanging out, and probably both days, I would assume. So talk to him. I heard last year was huge, as of course I missed it, but
There's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of show and shine.
So yeah, I'm assuming a lot of people would be putting them out Friday as well, which is fine. Because that sounded like that's what Sean was, down to do. So
yeah. Going to be difficult to get 4 runs in a purgatory. Also jump ring. Oh yeah, it might be tough if you're running that many, Brian, in the purgatory. You might have a hard time getting the ring of fire.
There was a lot of purgatory last year.
Yeah.
Jason was trying to let people have like 3 runs, and I'm like, bro, if there's a lot of trucks, you better cut it to 2 or less. Like,
right.
I mean, no offense, but if you can't do it in 1, maybe 2 runs, I'm not sure the 3rd one's gonna help.
Well, there's different classes though, right? So
well, yeah, of course. But
yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Right, because you're going for time. So it's like, you flip it a couple times and it's like, I mean, unless you want to flip over and just rip it and blow some, tires apart, that'd be great.
Yeah. Joey, how's it going, Joey? First of all, gates open at 10 a.m. on Friday. So we can bring in campers in and park at Friday at 10 a.m. That's when the gates open.
We do not save spots. So if you want to be by somebody, you better arrive together.
Yeah.
Because there's too many people to load in, and we just send them right down the rows.
Yep. So any special rules? They've got the trolley going back and forth. Food trucks. There's gonna be food trucks.
Yep. There'll be two trailers. Between the 2 trailers, it was like coney dogs, pulled pork, tacos, burritos. So, a good variety. Oh, and I did tell him to do a breakfast menu. So
okay, nice.
And then Dave will have stuff in the Dutch barn if needed, some sub sandwiches and such.
Yep.
To purchase. There is
good stuff.
There is, a local pizza place, I believe, that still delivers out there as well.
And let me just say, we had to go there, my son and I, because we were camping out. I don't remember why needed to go into town, I think to use the bathroom, and he just wouldn't do it at the porta potty. I don't know.
Hey
I
man,
don't remember, but whatever
I'm
it was.
I'm funny about those things.
Oh no, we had to go get something. We were trying to find we forgot to bring the winch sticks. And
Oh,
so we were trying to find dowel rods, and so we went into town for that, and we ended up getting pizza at that pizza place, and it was fantastic. It was so good. Anyway,
do you want some of
but it
my
wasn't
dowel?
as good as the burgers we had there at the
Yeah,
fries in Spain.
Spencer. You know, I was trying to get him to come out this year, but he opened up a restaurant
Oh, you got
storefront.
the real deal
Yeah.
location. So what do you
Uh,
have coming then? So you've got what types of foods?
it's called. It's a place that does Dave's events, you know, regularly. It's like mobile food concessions or something.
Okay,
But
sweet.
they hit up stuff most weekends. Like, you know, he's posting and he's all over the place. So,
Okay, very cool.
but yeah, like I said, he has a variety of food, which will be nice. And we have more porta johns this year as well. So,
But grills are allowed. Here's all the rule kind of stuff. The class is 1.922 Mighty Tire. Where can they find the rules and all that to what those classes are? They're on
they
the
should, there's a
go to the
post with all of it,
so just
you
go.
know.
I'm on it. I'm just kind of saying there's they're all listed
Um,
here on this post that I'm on
if you click the arrow,
right here.
yeah,
Rules for
see,
comp portion. They're all listed here from
yep.
6 days ago.
In case you don't know what hogging is, that's hand of God. You know, we
Yep.
wanted to you want it to keep it scale. So if you flip upside down, you got to do something, you know, to make it look like you winched yourself back over. And hopefully the
Yep.
guy that built a tow truck will be there again, you know, and flipping people over because that's always cool. So
Right. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's listed on here. So if you go there, they've got the rules here about the scoring, the
now
types of
remember,
classes.
this has nothing to do with the open trails. This is
Nope, this
just
is just if you want to run the actual gauntlet.
yep,
These are the rules for the classes. If you just want to run the trails that are not gauntlet trails, but they're hang out, chillax, talk with people, go slow,
right.
not be in
Because
people's way who are trying to go fast
yeah, well,
and get through the course.
we're gonna slow them down this year with the gates,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you know, there's so many trucks now, and the congestion and backups at certain parts, and this and that, and that brings me to the next point that we will be building because you'll be down Thursday, and I got a bunch of people coming. We will be
I actually
doing.
can't be there Thursday now, though. I'm actually at a conference on Thursday. We'll be back Thursday night.
Send your kids. I
I
don't
know.
know.
I said I would send Travis.
Hey, I
Like,
mean
hey,
that
Travis, can you go in
if
my
Travis
place?
is down, but I think I think he said he was busy. But yeah, we're gonna do 6 individual start stop points.
Yeah,
So if something looks busy, then go try another trail. There are gonna be 6 different colors.
nice.
You know, and I've got yard signs, and I've got these yellow arrows to help point the direction between the flags, and so trying to, you know, do zhuzh it up so people don't get lost like Chuck.
Yeah.
So
Tony, is it true Harley is scared? Yeah, he's not going to bring his minis here to lose to us. So he just ain't going to do it. So yeah, Brian, he just kind of went over how the trails are split up. Will the area for parking, camping be the same size? No, it's expanded,
it's
right?
bigger.
It's bigger. Yeah, Jeff is bringing the chili, Nicholas says.
I'm not bringing my chili. I got too much stuff going on.
The rules are also now posted if you go for the 24 scale and 18 scale. Pretty simple stuff. No like super body regulations or bumper regulations or tires tucked or anything like that. We're keeping it. It's not the main event. We're only doing one entry. There's so many people that come that we're doing one entry per class. So if somebody comes with a brushed and a brushless, they can run both. But even at that, we end up running so many people
Right.
in the 24 scale that's the max we can do is one per class of those.
Right.
There's a
And keep in mind there's a time window for a reason. I
yes,
mean, so unfortunately at some point it's like
yeah,
you
we're
know.
not the main event. It's a fun comp. You know, we're not being too super serious with it, but there are, it says the rules later, because this one is judged. You don't judge yourself on this one.
Well, so that's the other thing on the 10 scale comp. There is this year. Actually, I don't think I changed that in the rules. Oh, um, it's all just time. There's no gate hitting penalties.
Okay.
We made it simpler for various reasons.
Okay.
But
You just
I
have to get
told
through them where the gates are. You have to go through those areas.
Yeah, and
And
the gate
conquer the
and the gate markers for the comp are 3/16 inch steel rebar, and they're painted and everything, and they're going to
yeah.
be 24 inches tall, driven in. So
Don't hang up on them too hard.
right,
You hit them, you may do some damage. But yeah, so it is just straight time. It's kind of a endurance, get through it, but you're gonna
yeah,
have
it's
tough
we're
stuff where you
still
still have to winch and pull and not easy
yeah,
gates.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we're still going for 100 gates, which is
Right.
but I told Jason, I was like, well, I said I want to slow them down. I don't want people sprinting through in 90 minutes or whatever.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially because there's less gates, so it's
Right.
like,
Just make them difficult.
yeah,
Make it challenging to get through, but you're not really counting hitting the gate. You just got to get through and
yeah,
keep
because
moving.
I mean, you should be trying to quote run the gauntlet.
Right.
So
Yeah. So the mini one's a little different in that we do have judges for it because of the type of rules we run for it. We're basically doing it like one of the events at your shop for the most part,
yeah,
rules
yep.
wise. And so so the way we're judging it, they're all listed. You can see them now on the Gauntlet Facebook page.
Is there a time limit?
There is. That will be set the day of when we know what the gates are. I will run
Right.
the course after we set it, and I will do it in a fashionable way. I'm not a very fast crawler, and you know that. I'm not.
Oh, geez.
I am not fast. I like going slow and seeing my truck work. They don't show up very well on here, but we've got 24 scale brushed, 24 scale brushless, 12 and under. The 12 and under will run on the 18 scale course, so there are going to be two separate courses with two separate size gates. There will be an 18 scale that's also 12 and under that'll be wider for the
7 inch,
kids.
right? 7 inch or so.
7-inch minimums, and then our 12 or 24 scale are 6-inch.
Yeah,
like we typically do. Yep. Again, it's mainly brushed or brushless. Tire max size, that's old anyway, 63 millimeter. Most people aren't running bigger than that anyway. That's not a hill to die on, but we're trying not to have ginormous tires.
Well, they'll quickly
kinda
find out that they
it's
fold
not going to be an
over.
advantage. Yeah.
No,
You'll side hill and you'll hate yourself
yeah,
for it. There's no bumper rules, that kind of stuff. You could have a cage or a body, either way. We don't want just bare chassis, but if you have a caged looking thing, we'll let it go,
and
18 scale.
Super articulation is also not necessarily needed.
Yeah, you can have it. You're not going to want it. 18 scale. The only thing that we really did is we are allowing 2 in that class because we're not doing brushless for the sake. It hasn't been as big of a class, but if I know there's people that have both set up because they do comp both. And if they want to bring them and they want to comp them, we're only going to score one of them, your best score. But you can run them both because that course usually isn't like, oh my gosh, we have so many people waiting in line. We don't mind running a second truck for that, just so people can be running.
Sure.
But you only get your best score because we don't want to give one person first and second trophies, or first and third. We want to be able to get new people up there on the podium we don't want any duplicates, basically. So for that class. Now that 18 scale person may also win a 24 scale. That's fine. But we don't want to have because we let more than one run in that, we don't want to give one person 2 18 scale trophies. So
yeah.
Know that you did well and that's good in your head, but somebody else will get a trophy. But yeah, basic rules are all listed, timed, and the time really doesn't count except for in ties. So there's a little bit of reason to get through it faster, but the real main thing is to get the lowest score you can get.
Yes.
So that's
Focus
it
on
from our end. Yep.
Not on time necessarily.
Yep, and finishing, because if you don't finish
Then your
every
score
gate
doesn't
that you
count.
don't, well, no, every gate that you don't,
Oh, you get penalty point
you get
for
a
not
penalty point.
finishing.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like hitting the gate.
Okay.
So you probably won't win anyway. Basically, is what it means. Unless people are crushing gates, like
It's
who
all
knows?
about
You
fun.
never know. And we're
All
just here
about
to
fun.
have fun anyway. Except for Dana, he's here
I
to
mean,
win.
if anything, go do it and try and beat your buddies.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't run because I am the dummy for the course. I want to run it to make sure it's doable, and if not, change it. And it's not giving other people practice. So I don't go. I'm too busy. I just run it before anybody else runs it to make sure it's a doable course. Get a time down. Say, hey man, I finished it in 3 minutes. 6 minutes is easy. Like you can get if you can't do it in double the time that I did,
right.
then yeah. So it'll probably be about a 6 to 7 minute time is my guess. Anywhere from 5 to 7.
Right.
I wouldn't imagine it being less than 5 because that's not a good course at that point. It's too fast, in my opinion. But people are here to run course. They're here to run trucks.
Not everybody's a superstar like you, so
I go slow. I already told you that. You know I go slow. But yeah, so we're not trying to make it be like, and like when I raced the monster trucks, it was like 15-second run. Yes. But then if you lose and you got 16 seconds, guess what? Your day's done. You just spent 15 seconds running a truck. Like, so we want people to be able to run the course, have a little bit of fun, but we're not trying to make like 1 minute courses. Like, it'll be something that if you're running it right and you're not plowing through gates, it'll probably take you 3 minutes to go through it at least. Yeah. Probably closer to the 5. So
King of the Rocks course changed a lot.
Yes. Let's talk about it.
Jeff Walter proceeded to dig the deepest pit I've seen.
Yeah.
And,
go light on the hose, please.
Well,
we don't have boats.
He did fill it with rocks in the bottom and such.
Okay.
But yeah, depending on weather and whatnot, and we do want part of it soupy and stuff. But I talked to Dave Walter yesterday, and he's like, if there's standing water, they have a pump. We'll get
pump
it.
So, yep. Okay.
And like I said, hopefully, I'm watching the weather all the time, and that way, get it out of the way Friday afternoon, and then we don't even, I mean, if it floods like Saturday or overnight, I mean, we'll take care of it, but so people can enjoy it the rest of the weekend and stuff. But so far, it's looking pretty good.
So quick question from Brian, for the gauntlet, do you think those comping can do all 3 classes time-wise based on it? He also likes that it's not the little flags, because if you knock them over and then they got to reset them was kind of weird.
He's talking 110 scale, I assume, right?
Yeah, 110 scale. Yep.
Well, with 100 gates, I don't know.
Tough.
The course will not be set until Saturday morning, so I have no idea how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
I mean, I would bank, if you want to run, first you need to be out there, and then second, I'd plan on 2, and then, because I think the score sheet.
You should be able to 2, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it depends. If you do 1.9 if you do tiny like 1.5s, you might not. The smaller is gonna be tougher to get through.
But like even if it takes an hour and a half, 2 hours, slow, I mean, you're going to be there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and the sheets have to be in at 4 p.m. So, but hey, more power to you.
So I just got my bouncer back together from last year's mud pit.
Oh,
see, I'm not the only one that waits a whole year to get something fixed. Oh, I got some work to do this week. Holy crap.
Speaking of King of the Rocks, back-to-back champion Zach Marshall must be unseated this year. So, somebody needs to step up. And, there's a little bit more down and back this year, like you go down to the right, back to the left, and you go zigzag up this hill and loop around. Yeah, and you have to stop on top of the cement block. You can't rocket past the start-finish line.
Let's just shave his battery wires so that when he hits the water, they spark up. Get some bare wire showing on those things.
I don't know. Maybe a prosthetic leg will go flying at his truck or something.
He says he's going to be ready.
I'll bring my spare leg.
I got more rocks in the pit area today, so less mud to deal with. Nice. But water's good because when your tires get slick and they get a little slippery, that's when it
Oh
gets
yeah, yeah,
wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
We're
it's
just
not a
made.
little mud, right? Like you don't mind getting them
Yeah.
in.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You just don't want to be submersible.
Right.
It's not a mud bog
Right.
complete.
And that's
Like
why I went down there yesterday to make sure we're kind of all on the same page. I mean, it was kind of just last minute. Like I didn't even tell Dave or Jeff that I was coming. I was at the shop
you just
doing a
showed
few
up.
things, and then I zipped over because it's right down. Oh, and of course, Michigan Department of Transportation, when you go head down towards
Oh,
Walters
traffic sucks.
and you get to Lowell exit, which is exit 50,
Get off.
it goes to one lane both ways.
Get off early if you can.
Now
I'd
it
get
depends on the time of day because I went down there yesterday and going down there was perfectly fine. But coming the other direction,
Dude, I got off in Lowell the other day and I took the side streets up, then cut across at
yeah,
Saranac and then took
yeah.
their road because I was going to Lansing. Then I took that all the way down until it was, cement for a while. Then it turned dirt at some point, and then it was cement again. And then I got onto the freeway onto 96 again.
If you exit at Lowell, then just turn left, go across the highway up to Grand
Right.
River, and turn right, and take
Yeah.
that down to.
And then eventually you'll come up and you'll go over at Saranac. Yeah. You'll cross the freeway once.
Morrison Lake Road goes across too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you take Grand River way down and then you just jump over it.
Yeah.
On one of those.
Because that's what I did. Like when I left, I went straight out. Didn't even
Yeah.
turn where I normally do. I just went straight up to Grand River, turn left, and you end up in Thornapple River and Cascade area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go that far.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that bad. I mean,
no.
Because you're doing 55, 60 at least.
Oh, their road is great. Once you get on it, it's
yeah.
But it's funny when you hit that stop sign and people are deciding whether or not they take the dirt road.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a hesitation. I'm like, I'm going dirt road. I got a truck. Let's do this. But you don't have to go that far for to get to their place. That was I was going to Lansing. It's way past it.
A lot of new merch designs this year.
Yes.
New hats, both of them.
Patch hats even.
The what?
Yeah, some patch. Oh, here's the trophy that you mentioned.
Yeah, the patch hat, and then hoodie with the sponsors on the back and the year. The fitted hat has the year. The license plate shirt has the month and year, since it's a license plate tag and stuff. So, but yeah, there's 3 different designs this year. Because the 2 shirts are different than the hoodie. The hoodie design is not on a t-shirt.
Look at all these people from last year.
And I don't even think it was full there.
When this picture was taken, I don't think so. Because this is just mainly the camping. There was more when it was just parking too.
Right. I don't know if this was Friday afternoon or something. I'm not 100% sure.
I was trying to find your shirts and stuff. There's a hat.
Cool new sponsor this year, United States Air Force.
Very cool.
Talked with Patrick and his senior people and got it worked out. So he'll be on site. He's bringing the U.S. Air Force dually truck. It's sweet. It looks like one of those old school bombers, with the teeth and whatever.
That's awesome.
There's Dan Davidson's bootleggers. So go down just a tip. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Must be bootlegger themed.
Yeah. So however you interpret that, it's, moonshine, this, that, stills, rusty trucks, whatever, but Dan Davidson, is doing all that and whatnot. And he's also the sponsor for Purgatory as well. So
prizes to the top 3 structures and rates. Very cool. Lots going on, and it's right around the corner. Thunderbird flyover. And Joey says, that'd be sweet.
Oh, I was bugging Patrick. I was like, because when it all got together, I was like, dude, you have a month. You can make it happen.
Right. That's not a lot of time in government stuff to get stuff moving. But
I don't know. I got him to sponsor the gauntlet in like 2 days. So
that's pretty quick, actually.
he
That's
was
real quick.
actually the guy I was dealing with. He actually came into the shop one time with Patrick, and he's seen the shop and whatnot. So he was excited to jump on board and stuff. So
That's cool. All right. Any other final details that people need to have? We don't want this to be long because we don't want people to be afraid to watch it if they want to get the last minute details. They can get in kind of a somewhat concise. So rules are listed on the Facebook page. You want to look at that for the real down to nitty gritty details on the class
yeah,
rules.
well, and the classes are pretty straightforward. It's wheel
Tires and
size.
yeah,
It's not even tires. It's
wheel
just wheel
size. Sorry,
size.
yeah.
And then age, women and kids.
Okay,
Um, 6 classes. The biggest one by far is of course 1.9.
yeah,
But that image, that. So when you come to registration, you're gonna get a baggie again. Like last year, and you'll have a schedule in there. You'll have a bunch of stuff. You'll get a free silicone wristband. You'll get your driver badge. All this stuff. I have mini banners for reaction for the gauntlet and mini sponsor banners as well.
nice,
So those are all free. Uh, and should be in registration or my shop tent. So,
sweet.
but yeah, gates open 10 a.m. on Friday, and register and go have fun starting around 1 o'clock or so.
Sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you there. It's going to be a great time. It's one of the best events that I go to out of the year. So I don't
Definitely.
get many weekends off, but this is one of them I'm taking.
Yep. Hope to see you there.
All right. See you guys.